His students at Coastal Carolina call him Professor, but he's really a doctor of dance. Who is he? You'll meet him coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at Keller Williams Realty, Myrtle Beach Central, home of Team Whiteman. We're focused on social dance and its health benefits, and we're visiting with the Doctor of Dance, the Professor of Social Dance and Etiquette at Coastal Carolina University, Jerry Fouts. Good morning, Jerry.
Good morning, Greg. It's always glad to see you.
Thank you so much for coming in early on.
I like to come in and talk about dancing or anything you want to talk about.
Tuesday morning. I love that you're always willing to talk about anything I want to talk about, whether it's politics or about eating or drinking or dancing. You're up for it.
Anything you want to talk about, I love to talk about it. Just so I make my 10 o'clock class this morning.
Oh, that's right. You've got to be out at Coastal by 10.
10 o'clock, first class at 10 o'clock.
Now, of course, is this just Tuesday, Thursday, or is
Tuesday and Thursday.
Right,
yeah.
right. How many students do you have in the class, Jerry?
Well, I usually have the maximum. They have a rule there. You only have 20 students. So I have 20, and I always have to sign for a couple of people that want to take the course,
right.
And I give special permission.
That pushes the limit there.
Yeah. You know, I'm a nice guy. I let them come.
I like it. Sure, sure. Can you handle that many folks at one time, Jerry?
I've been teaching at Horry Georgetown this past month, a special program. And then those classes there have up to 40 people.
No way.
Yeah.
40 people in the room at one time.
Yeah.
You've got to have access to a lot of mirrors or something.
We don't have mirrors at Horry Georgetown. And now at Coastal, we got a beautiful dance studio with floor mirrors, wall-to-floor murals. Beautiful dance floor. We don't have that over at Horry Georgetown, but we've got a nice room, and I teach over there in the coffee shop. They have
in the coffee shop at Horry Georgetown?
Clear out all the tables.
Good.
Teach over there.
And you've got 40 students in there.
Well, I have teach over there 5 classes a week.
At Horry Georgetown Tech? Wow.
And it's a special program they're doing. It's these are 9th graders, and they've selected 100 throughout the county. And these are students that are not living up to their potential, really. Mm-hmm. And they're trying to get them interested so that they'll go on and get an education. I think it's a great program. These 100 students come there every day.
Wow.
And they're going to go to high school there.
Mm-hmm.
And the amazing thing about it is I think they're all great. They've just really taken an interest in dancing. We had a big party for them last Friday at graduation.
Right.
And the head of the program out there is Tammy Lee. We had a tango contest, a waltz contest, a cha-cha contest, and a shag contest.
All 4?
And a lot of the parents came, and it was at the Peanut Shack. Peanut
Warehouse over in Conway, yeah.
And a lot of the parents came, and they came and said, I can't believe you got my child interested in tango or interested in waltz, So it was a great program, and we had a good party. And
that's probably fueled at some level by that fancy TV show Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
That probably helps get kids interested in taking it seriously. Particularly you're talking about 9th graders, Jerry. They normally wouldn't be interested in tango or waltz. But have you found that Dancing with the Stars has really helped set the stage for getting kids interested, or is it just you and your magnitude?
It is everybody, when they see me walking down the street, they know what I do. And they say, what do you think about Dancing with the Stars? And, do you think Billy Ray Cyrus should be on there?
Billy Ray Cyrus?
Do you think Clyde the Glide should be on there? And they talk about Heather Mills and all the stars, and general analysis of it. It's really interesting.
What do you normally say?
Well, whatever they want to talk about, I watch it very carefully, and it's a great show. It's been great for ballroom dancing.
You critique it as a professional dancer?
Well, I can't have but critique it, but I watch it because it's a fun show. It's fun to watch, It's
right.
Intense competition. There's a lot of human interest story behind it because, like Heather Mills.
Heather Mills.
Paul McCartney's ex. She's going through a divorce, and she's really done really great. She's trying to polish her image, I guess, because Paul McCartney's an icon in Britain. They love him, and he offered her $56 million, I believe it was, to go through with the divorce, and she refused it.
Well,
so a lot of people naturally assume that she's a gold digger. So she's here to show that she's just another human being, and she's doing a great job.
Good.
The human interest aspect is she was in a terrible accident and had her leg cut off.
Had her whole leg cut off?
And so she's dancing with the prosthesis, and she's doing a great job, and it's amazing what she's doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
is she actually a good dancer?
Well, she's done really great. Yeah, she's done really great. In my mind, I have to consider the fact that she just has one real leg, but they talk about it on the show all the time, and I think possibly too much now. People,
Mm-hmm.
we've heard of them. We all know that Heather Mills only has one leg, right?
Right.
But she holds her own in dancing, and they all do good from week to week. You can tell they practice. They practice 80 or 100 hours a week.
Wow.
On shows. And we have Miss South Carolina. That's one of the contestants, Lisa Gibbons.
Who's currently a contestant?
Oh, yeah, she's very good. She
a former Miss South Carolina.
Yeah, she's got her own show out.
Oh,
in college.
Lisa Gibbons. Right.
Lisa Gibbons. She's a beautiful woman. She's 50. She had a birthday. But nevertheless, she started off slow. And this week she did a tango. She's got the best man teacher. Tony he's been with the show all the time, but he's the best professional dancer. And she did the tango with him, and it was really good. So she was really happy to be going on.
Right. Now, you can respect a professional dancer. What does that mean exactly, Jerry, when you say Tony is a great professional dancer? What would distinguish a tremendous professional dancer? Are you a professional dancer?
Oh, yeah. I've always been I was trained by Arthur Murray and Fred Astaire. Thousands of lessons of training, and I undergo continuous training. I went to Argentina last year, studied the tango.
Is that right?
That's
right, down in
Buenos
Buenos Aires.
You learn new things all the time, new combination of steps and so forth.
You're still learning, Jerry.
Oh, yeah. I still see things that I like to do and experiment around with different moves. A dance like the tango is endless because once you get past the steps, then it's the moves you put together.
Right.
And instead of, let's say if you dance the shag, you do the pivot, the belly roll, the turn, and so forth. But in the tango, it's all one long step until the end of the song. So you're weaving a pattern. One dance might encompass 50 different moves. And, and it's a continuous thing, whereas you're dancing a step, dancing another step. Tango's. Once you get past the basics, tango is like music. There's no end to it. So, I can lie in the bed and make up a new step. It's never been done before.
Son of a gun.
Well, you'd have to be a dancer to understand it, but, it's a wonderful thing. And when I'm feeling bad, I always say, well, there's one thing that I can do, and that's dance.
That's great. That's a good
There's a lot of people that can't do anything. And they can't do anything artistic. So there's a lot of things perhaps I can't do, but when it gets started down to it, I can go up to Doug's House 2001 and dance and have a good time.
Right. That is a great picker-upper, as you say.
And when you're dancing, you can't be thinking about your income tax or your wife running off. You're just having fun.
Well, let's hope none of that's something to be worried about. Let's pray that's not in the cards. So you're teaching at Coastal Carolina University on Tuesday and Thursdays. You're Professor Fouts there. Of course, you're teaching, you said, 5 classes a week at Horry Georgetown Tech, or have been. You're still the head instructor, head dancer for USA Dance, formerly the U.S. Amateur Ballroom Dance Association. And you were teaching at Pepper Gettings forever. Are you still teaching at Pepper Gettings, or are you now just at the YMCA?
Well, that's the same class.
Okay.
When Pepper Gettings remodeled.
Right.
They moved us up there. So it's the same group. Now, I have people that have been in the classes for 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
Same people. Couples, they come back, singles.
And they're still learning.
Yeah,
You're still teaching
learning.
new things.
We have people there. They're still learning. There's no end to it.
That's amazing, Jerry. Now, what got you into dance? Can you remember the first day you got on a dance floor? Was it the shag? Was it a type of formal dance? What was it? Were your parents interested in the dance?
Well, I think.
You don't have to be
well, here's that. There was a guy named Charlie Boone.
Charlie
Boone.
Boone.
Physically challenged as far as his looks. But when I was a little kid, about 10 years old, this was at Carolina Beach. That used to be really where they had the shag headquarters at Batson's Bathhouse.
Carolina Beach, is that in North Carolina?
North Carolina.
Right.
Hair Driver, Charlie Boone, all the big dogs danced up there, and I was watching. And so when Charlie Boone got through dancing, all those beautiful girls were just hugging him and kissing him and everything. I said, I got to learn to dance. And so then later on, when I was in Miami, I won the dance contest up in Virginia, shag contest, and so Keely Smith, I don't know whether you know or not.
What age was
About
that?
14.
You were 14.
Yeah.
You won a shag dance contest. Now, were your parents dancers?
They could dance. They were very musical, but my mother played the piano by ear and was knowledgeable about music. Nevertheless, Keely Smith, Louis Prima's wife, she talked with me, and they were going to Miami Beach, and said, you should go down there. They danced 24 hours a day, the mambo and the cha-cha and the Latin dance.
Right.
So she hooked me up with somebody. He came by, and I went to Miami Beach when I was 14.
Oh, you're kidding. What did your parents say about that?
Well, it was during the summertime. They never found out. Well, nevertheless, luck was with me. I got a job in the Nautilus Hotel. That's in the South Beach area. And so maybe 2 days after I got there, I met the most beautiful woman, and she was the mambo queen of Miami Beach.
Wow.
And so for some reason, she thought of, started liking me or something. So she taught me to dance mambo.
Right.
And then later on, every summer and even during the winter, I would go back and I helped with the mambo contest at the Deauville Hotel.
At the Deauville.
Well, I worked at the Fontainebleau in the Deauville. I taught out by the pool at the Fontainebleau. Then we'd dance at night in the LeBron room. That's the showroom. Then we'd have a dance contest at the Deauville every Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm.
And people would come from New York. Back then they had these airplanes named Barbara. You remember that? And Betty
That's
and
a little
Evelyn.
before my time,
Oh,
Jerry.
come on,
yeah.
Greg.
Come on. I'm 36. Yeah, come on.
Nevertheless,
Excuse me.
the Deauville would be filled up, people standing in line. And we would have, I had won the contest, so then I hooked up with the owners and helped supervise the mambo contest. We had trophies this high.
No.
And
you mean
so
from the ground up, yeah.
mambo dancers would come from Puerto Rico, they would come from New York, they would come from all over. And that was a big show on Wednesday night. Then the people in New York, they got on the plane, they got on Barbara, Evelyn, whomever, flew back to New York. They were at work the next day.
You are kidding. Talking about the mambo.
Yeah. That's the reason it really doesn't surprise me about the popularity of Dancing with the Stars. I knew that, once people saw it and saw what it was,
right,
they would like it.
Now, I hate to admit, Jerry, I've never seen the show. For viewers, of which there probably are none, like myself, what's the concept? How did it get started? Do you know a little bit about the background of the show? What prompted them to get this going? And has it fueled the dance craze, or was there a dance craze that fueled the show?
Well, probably a combination of both. But nevertheless, the concept is this. They take a celebrity.
Right.
Usually about 10. I think it's 11 celebrities.
Okay.
They pair them up with professional dance teachers.
Each one of them.
Each
so
one
let's
gets
say
their own private
22
teacher.
people or 20
Right.
people.
They go into the studio. They work all day long.
Oh, so these stars have no basic dance training or slim to none?
Supposed to not have.
Okay.
Okay, they go in before the show. They work a couple of weeks intently on a particular dance. Let's say it's the tango.
Right.
Then the night of the contest, which is Monday night, and it's a live show, one of the few live shows.
It's
on TV.
actually live, yeah.
If they fail, it's right there. It's live TV.
Right.
So the contest starts, and they'll have, like, Lisa Gibbons come out, and she'll dance the tango, for example.
Yeah.
And then they'll have they have 3 really great judges, and
are they all professional dancers?
yes, they're all professional dancers.
Oh, wow.
Very renowned professional dancers. They sit there with the scorecard, and they critique the person's dance. Well, Lisa, you did this. You were a little stiff. You didn't turn your head right. And then they go back and they're interviewed, and then the judges give the score. They hold up placards and say 8 or 7 or whatever. 10 is a perfect score.
Right.
And so at the end of the night, they total up the totals. But the public gets to call in and vote for who they think is the best.
Wow. Much like American Idol.
Yes, 50-50 is what they say. So that's why the celebrity has to have a fan base that will call in and vote for them. So Miss America, well, the first one voted off this time was a top model, beautiful. She danced well, but she really had no fan base to call in. So consequently, and it's devastating for them. Don's seen the show. It crushes them to be.
Our director, Donald Smith, he has seen and likes the show. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he never misses it.
He doesn't miss it either. He and Marilyn are glued.
He and his wife.
I wonder if Delaney's into it.
But anyway, the one, they have it, it's very dramatic, and they narrow it down. You're going to stay, and they play the music, you're going to stay. And they pick 2 couples that are in danger of being thrown off the show.
Right.
And they draw that out. And at the end, they say, you're going home. It's kind of like American Idol.
Yeah, sure. Now, have your wife and kids gotten involved and interested as well?
Everybody watches the Dancing with the Stars, and my daughter in New York watches them. But I have 2 daughters in New York.
And all 3 of your girls are dancers?
Yeah, Stephanie, my oldest girl, is an attorney now. She was raised in a dance studio.
Is that right?
When she was 4 or 5 years old, she could do the tango, the cha-cha, the mambo. And, you know, she grew up. It's when I had studios, and so she grew up in the dance studio.
Wow.
But getting back to Dancing with the Stars, Tony.
Right.
And then there's a girl called Cheryl. She is absolutely devastatingly beautiful. Ask Don if you don't believe it.
Right, and Cheryl is a contestant
female
or
instructor.
So now are the female instructors paired with females?
No. The females are paired with male celebrities.
But they're training them on the same step.
Now last year Emmett Smith won, and Cheryl danced with Emmett Smith. And he's an ex-football star.
Dallas Cowboy star, right?
Cowboy star. But nevertheless, he really had the talent, and he worked hard at it, you know. So it was really a great competition. They had Mario, who is he was really good and really sharp too, and a great dancer. But it was a shootout between Mario and Emmett.
Right.
And getting back. Cheryl is the best dancer, best female dancer. She has won the
10 or
last
11
2
instructors, yeah.
I think she is. There's another girl that came in 2nd place, and unfortunately she has Billy Ray Cyrus, who has no rhythm in 2 left feet.
Oh my God!
Tell these country fans about it. Yeah. Anyway, she's got him.
Now, could you dance with these women, Jerry?
It's very easy. When I was in,
I mean, when you're dancing with other professional dancers, is that tough to dance with a professional dancer?
No, it's very easy. When I went to Argentina, I performed in the amphitheater with, and down there, the government sponsors the tango.
Is that right?
It's a big draw.
Buenos Aires, there in Argentina.
So the partner that I was selected to dance with, I have it on videotape. I went out first time. We just danced everything perfectly. She could do anything. You know, every step, anything I wanted to do. It's just like I'd been dancing with her all my life. So consequently, when we performed, I was perfectly at ease.
Oh,
because,
yeah.
you know, you can tell when you dance somebody. If you can shag, you don't know a soul at Fat Harold's or Doug's, but or 2001. If you can shag, you can go up there and meet a complete stranger. And of course, it happens to people, dancers all the time. Like you can meet a complete stranger. You've never danced with them before. You've never even seen them before.
Right. And
you can dance and hit every beat together.
Wow.
That's what's so amazing about it. You know, you can do the pivot, the belly roll. And
that is a great point, a great reason why folks would want to, if a viewer needed to get off to work right now or get family out to school, Jerry, is there a good phone number or email address that folks could use to contact you to find out about some of your classes they could get into?
Well, if I can't hook them up, I'll hook them up with somebody else
Sure.
if I can't handle it. But I'm easiest to reach my email.
Email.
Tango all night.
Okay.
At
Tango all night
AOL.com.
at AOL.com.
Tango all night. It's just one word.
TANGOALLNIGHT
Tango all night. That's all you have to
at
do.
AOL.com.
Right. They can ask me anything about it, what they want to do. I have people email me how to do a particular step.
Really?
You know, on the tango, how do you do the double
Well, you
fan
could
or
spend
something
time
like
all day just responding to emails, Jerry.
Yeah, I
But
get
of course, a
time.
lot of folks just probably want to find out about your schedule there, the
Right.
USA Dance schedule. Is that still open? Can folks start in the middle of a class up there at the YMCA, or is it better to start at the beginning of a
It's
class?
just like going to the movie. We have at 7 o'clock a beginner's class.
Right.
We have at 8 o'clock a more advanced class.
Uh-huh.
It's just like going to the movie. You don't have to register. You just go up there and pay.
Right.
Walk in. Now, last week, for example, we had a young couple from Green Sea.
Okay.
Never danced before.
Right.
We had another couple from Pawleys Island, never danced before, and a few singles. So even though they were new, and I had people that had been there many times before, I amalgamated everything and taught them something new, so everybody learned something new, right? And they did great, and then I have them change partners, and everybody's dancing with everybody.
That's great.
So, you know, if you can just dance with one person, it's not as much fun. I was up at Harold's Wednesday night. So I walked in there, and perhaps I danced with 8 or 10 people. You know, everybody dances with everybody. The girls ask the boys to dance. That's a culture of dancing.
Really? The
And,
girls ask the boys
oh, yeah,
to dance.
yeah.
That's the culture of
If
dancing.
you went in there, a tall, good-looking guy had a millionaire like you, they'd be all over you.
Well, great, Jerry. That's Ducks or Harold's. You've got to be able to dance, though.
No, there are people there that they teach classes, the Shag there, and
Right.
across the street at Duck.
I remember that Peggy Van
think
Veen and I took some classes
Yeah.
up there at Fat Harold's.
So there are people that go to Harold's that are just in the beginning phase of dancing. But, you know, you don't have to be a great dancer to have fun. You can
Right.
have fun with just a couple of steps.
Yeah, yeah.
And then as you start dancing, then you pick up this when you see somebody do that. Oh, I like that turn, and so forth and so on. And it's endless. And there's one strange and unique thing about dancing. The people can take lessons for 50 years or 10 years or 5 years, but no two people will have the same style. You can have the same teacher. They both taught them the tango or the shag or the cha-cha. I teach, you know, I'm a salsa dancer, mambo dancer, a lot. But they'll be doing the same steps, but they'll all interpret them differently, so everybody's different. You know, you don't have copycats and dancers.
That is fascinating, Jerry.
Amazing.
Now, do you ever do any private teaching at home?
Yeah, I
Do you have a
do.
studio at home?
Well, I do just private tutoring. That's one-on-one I teach
Uh-huh.
people. It's accelerated. They want to learn quickly.
Right.
I can teach a person, say more than one lesson, they can learn 10 or 15 lessons in
Sure.
a group. The group, you have to go along together, take everybody along together.
Right.
Whereas private lessons, you go as quick as a person.
Sure,
You
and
go.
folks could learn about the scheduling for that at
Yeah.
Tango All Night
Tango all night.
at AOL.com.
Right, right.
What's the most important point you want to get across to folks who are scared about making that first step, Jerry, to attend a class? They think they may be like Billy Ray Cyrus, 2 left feet, and not being able to keep any rhythm. I'm sure that's a big challenge.
They're always shocked to find out how easy it is. Now, men came in. Well, you know what? Everybody's like, oh, I got 2 left feet.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
at
me.
Arthur Murray's, we used to practice how to laugh, you know, like that was an original thing. Nevertheless, dancing, I've broken the dancing down. Now, I know thousands of different combinations, you know, in every dance, but nevertheless, there are 4 things that you do every day. For example, walk,
Right.
open the refrigerator, open the car door. That's a movement you use in shag and mambo. It's a rock step. And also the side step is when you go to the ball game, you shuffle down and go into the side.
Right, right.
So I've broken it down. I teach people these 4 things, and then we put them together and make the shag, the mambo, the tango, and whatever. You know, with
That's
the walking
tremendous. You
step,
make it
so.
very easy. So
Yeah,
you've broken
it's
that
very
down.
easy. You know, my business card says I can teach anybody to dance in 5 minutes, and that's true.
I love it. Jerry, thank you so much.
Well,
I'm sorry
Greg,
we've run out of time. I wish we had 5 minutes.
I want to talk more about dancing.
Dancing with the Stars and dancing in general. Thanks so much for being with us this morning,
It's
Jerry.
always my pleasure, Greg.
Absolutely. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with the Doctor of Dance, Jerry Fouts, coming up next.
Babies are in a crisis.
When you're dancing, you use all the muscles in your body. It's also great for flexibility and balance and coordination. I wish we had the chance to spend more time with Jerry so he could talk about all those health benefits. It can change your life, Jerry's talking about. The Doctor of Dance is the Doctor of Dance for a reason. An executive with their Arthur Murray and Fred Astaire dance studios for years, and an owner of studios for more than 20 years. It's amazing to think about all those activities that go into getting it right, but at the same time making it fun, enjoyable. I love it when Jerry talks about you see those exercise machines always for sale at yard sales because folks sitting on those machines at home aren't having fun. You're having fun when you're dancing. Learn more about dance and social dance and USA Dance, as well as his classes at Coastal and Horry Georgetown Tech, by sending him an email at tangoallnight@aol.com. tangoallnight@aol.com.